My name is Kevin Good, and the film is called The World's Greatest Detective. I wrote it and directed it and starred in it. What we're trying to do is a bit of a take on old noir detective films that everyone is all too familiar with. The guy with the bottle of whiskey and a dame with the big long legs that comes in. We were trying to clash that a little bit with some modern world aspects. In watching it, you're not really supposed to know whether or not this is taking place in the 40s or taking place in the 2000s. It's left for the viewer to decide.
It was a night like any other. The sun was down, the jack was open, and I was wondering why I keep such strange office hours. I couldn't help but think how much easier it would be for my clients to reach me during the day. I was swigging down vigorous gulp after gulp in a spurious attempt to quiet the demons of my Chipotle burrito as they made their ill-fated trek from my stomach to the farther reaches of my overtaxed digestive system.
The short form allows you to do a lot. It allows you to experiment and do something that you might not want to commit a year or two of your life to. And so it ends up being a much more experimental sort of thing where I never would have written a 2-hour movie that involved a noir detective guy or something. But in I think it runs 7 minutes. In 7 minutes, it's great, and I think it's really enjoyable, and it's gotten positive responses from those who've seen it. So I would love to go on it and do some more features, but at the moment I've been doing a lot of more short form stuff. It originated as a sketch comedy concept, and then as we got into it, so at the beginning it was sketch comedy. It was like, okay, we're just going to do this quick and dirty and get through it very, very easily. And then as it developed, I got a little too obsessed with lighting and pretty shots and this and that, and it ended up really turning into a short film more than a sketch comedy. So I would say it only took us a day and a half to shoot it, and then it took me the following week to sort of edit it and do the post and the color correction. It has an old film look to it, so probably a week or two beginning to end, which is incredibly quick as far as I had made. Previous to that, I'd made a 12-minute short film that took me a year and a half. So I go from a year and a half to a week and a half for something that is about the same runtime and is of about the same quality, and I think more enjoyable. So just goes to show that putting time into things does not make them any better. The camera was the Panasonic HVX high def. We shot in 720 progressive. The camera is wicked cool because it does overcrank stuff, so you can shoot 60 frames per second and slow that down and get really sweet slow motion, which you will see in the movie. I edited on a friend's, I forget, it was some Avid system. If anybody who's watching this likes Avid, I just disagree with you. That was the first time I ever edited on an Avid system, and it was the last time I will ever edit on an Avid system. It was pulling teeth. So crew-wise, it was absolutely bare bones minimal. I mean, I was the star of it, and at the same time I was directing it. And I had a friend who was the cinematographer, and it was pretty much the two of us and whoever was acting, additionally to me. So it was just very, very minimal, bare bones, a skeleton crew, as I call it. So. And I'm thinking about making a continuation of The World's Greatest Detective, because it's got, so far, a very positive response, and we'll see how it plays on the big screen to the audience at DC Shorts. But I'm excited about it, and I have a couple more scripts that are sitting around that I'm thinking might turn this into more of a serial like the old time radio shows, and take it beyond just being a solitary short film into something bigger.